It ain't me! Captain Flint!
Well, I wouldn't do that if I was you!
It ain't me! Captain Flint! Come out here! Captain Flint!
It's Flint!
It's Flint! Get out of the way! Oh, Captain. Thank God you're here, Captain. They was gonna kill me. Kill me for nothing.
Where is the map?
Map?
Little piece of paper with lines on it.
I ain't got it, Captain. I never seen it.
Think very hard about this, Jemmy.
I swear to you, on me life, sir.
Your life, eh? What a very appropriate choice of language now, ain't it, Jemmy? Skin him alive!
No!
Flesh on his bones! Tear his heart out through his throat and throw the whole mess overboard!
Sir, I swear, I ain't got the map!
Who's got it then?
Billy Bones, sir!
But Bones is dead!
No, he ain't. You thought he was. We all did. But that night, after the treasure was buried and those who buried it put to death, well, I was watched that night. And at about 3 bells, I hears a noise. And before I knows it, Billy Bones comes clambering over the side of the ship. And he limps into your quarters, and he takes the map.
Bones does?
Yes, and I stops him like right here on this deck, and I says, stop right there. That there map belongs to Captain Flint, the same man who gave me a start in the most noble of professions. Cause it's like, you're my hero, Captain. I worship you, like.
And Bones?
Bones says that if I ever threaten anybody, then they'll track me down and they'll find me. And he's over the side of the ship, like that.
I see. You weren't planning on meeting up with them later and dividing the spoils now, were you?
No, sir.
All private like, between old friends?
No, sir. The map is yours, like I said.
You're a good boy, Jemmy.
Thank you, sir.
But you're a liar! You were gonna split it with me! And now Bones is alive and he's got the map. Boys, kill him!
What are you gonna do?
I'll just throw him overboard and you done with it.
You get me? No! Take it back! No! Boys, please, stay back. I'm here for all of us.
Kill him!
Kill him! Come on! Kill him!
I remember it all as though it were yesterday. The adventure of my life that changed me from a boy to a man, and is still changing me, and will never stop. The year was 1775, and I, but a young boy, was in charge of the Admiral Benbow Inn on Black Hill Cove. I remember the date, for that was the year my poor, dear father died, a blow from which I would never recover. It was during this illness that he traveled to London to find a physician who might save him.
Doctor's better there, son. I'll get through this. So will you.
No, take me with you, Father. Please, please. I begged him day and night, but he wouldn't do it. Looking back, I can see he was protecting me.
You look after your mother now, son. She needs you.
I will, Father. I promise. A week later, we got a letter from London saying that he had died in London, in that faceless city, alone and without his son. This was the man I worshipped, ate with, laughed with, slept with, taken from me in a single instant, and the time it takes for a beam of sunlight to disappear beyond the farthest hill. Farthest, farther, father, gone. And the years before he died, we did everything together, coupled and inseparable like Juno's swans. If that sounds Shakespearean, it is. My father was a simple man, but he loved reciting Shakespeare, which he learned as a young boy. And we tramped the downs together, braced against the icy cold. Friends, Romans, countrymen. He would shout against the wind, and I roared back, lend me your ears. And we'd laugh, and on we'd go, line after line, mile after mile. My best friend, soon gone. And so it was, in the year that my father died. My mother said,
"You're a man now, Jim. I believe I can run the inn without your father, but I'm going to need your help."
I will, Mother, and I promise that you'll never want for anything for as long as I am alive. Bold words, but from the heart. And so we kept the reins of the business pooling like an Allen dray. Customers came, village folk, the old widow Drews who lost her astonished husband to the sea, the bailiff and his 2 sons, one good, the other not so much, the Reverend Mainwaring, who stood next to me at my father's funeral and held my hand, and Dr. Livesey, the physician who tended to my father in the years before his untimely death. And all the while, I poured pints of ale, looking the other way when money was tight for this or for that one. And so on we rode, filling our lives with everything in existence that is routine and commonplace. That is, until the pirate arrived.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. Drink and the devil had done for the rest. Yo-ho-ho and a bottle of rum. You boy, what's your name?
Jim Hawkins, sir.
Tell me, Jim Hawkins, sir. Do you get much company at this here grog shop of yourn?
Very little, sir. I'm afraid the nearest town is some 4 miles out.
That's just what I was hoping you'd say. Now move me in. I'll take the room upstairs with the pretty view of the cove and the road. You, take me chest indoors, shake a leg. And if you even think about taking a little peeky like inside that chest when I ain't looking, I'll reach down your throat and cut your gizzard out.
Yes, sir.
Now listen to me, Jim Hawkins, sir. I need your help.
My help?
I need you to keep a weather eye out for a seafaring man with one leg. Let me know the moment he shows himself. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Is he a friend of yours?
Ha! Friend. The man's a friend to no living creature. And if he ever shows himself, don't you turn your back on him. You shoot him till you're sure he's dead, and pray his ghost don't hunt you down. You savvy?
Yes, sir. I can scarcely say how the one-legged man now haunted my dreams. When the wind shook the 4 corners of the house, and the surf roared along the cove and up the cliffs, I could see him, in 1,000 forms and with 1,000 diabolical expressions. Now his leg would be cut off at the knee, now at the hip. Now he was a monstrous kind of creature with 6 legs, and he scuttled up the cliffs and over the trees like a giant spider, his face black and pointed like a beak. To see him thus run and pursue me over the edge and hills of my own backyard was the worst of my nightmares.
Hey, boy! Quit your daydreaming and give me some rum.
But it's breakfast time, sir.
I said rum. Now, boy, and quick! Rum, 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 rum!
There were nights at the inn when he took a good deal more rum than his head could carry, and he'd call for glasses round and force the trembling company to bear a chorus to his singing.
15 men on a dead man's chest. Sing out, you swabs, let me hear you.
I'm afraid I'll be going now.
Sit down, all of you. Jim Hawkins, sir, more drinks for the whole table. There'll be no drinking alone at this here grog shop, not while I still got breath in me plaguey lungs. So raise your voices to the god of drink, and let me hear you sing out this time. 15 men on a dead man's chest, yo-ho-ho and a bottle. You, quit your gabbering and let me hear you say it.
Are you addressing me, sir?
That I am.
Then you are interrupting, and I suggest you don't.
Dr. Livesey.
And let me warn you, as a medical matter, if you continue to drink as much rum as you have tonight, the world will soon be quit of a very filthy scoundrel. Put that knife away this instant, sir, or upon my honor, I shall see you hanged by the neck at the next assizes. And now, I believe my friends here should like to go home for the evening.
Get out, all of you! Go!
If you have any more trouble with this scoundrel, send someone for me. I'll be right over.
Thank you, sir.
Out! Jim, get me some more rum!
But, sir, you heard what the doctor said.
Doctors is all swabs. What do they know about seafaring men? I've been in places hot as pitch, with me mates dropping around me from Yellowjack, and I lived on rum. It's been meat and drink and man and wife to me, so it's rum, I say, and quick! Swans and blasted on. All wagers that Edmund's wife up with her disapproving air, forgetting her reticule or something.
Bill, how's me old swabber, eh?
Black Dog.
Aye, Black Dog as ever was. Here's to me old shipmate Billy Bones at the Admiral Benbow Inn.
Well, get on with it. What do you want?
What I want at the moment is a glass of rum. I want some handsome young lad might fetch it for me.
What else do you want?
What do you think I want, Bill? Why do you think I've been tracking down over half of southern England?
Go to the devil!
Go to the devil, is it? And you the man that betrayed us, Bill, and stole the map?
That's a blasted lie! You tried to cut me out of the split, and I turned the tables on you. Now you're telling me you didn't deserve it. Is that what you're saying?
Whoa. Calm down, Bill. You think somebody was here to kill you or something?
Don't you threaten me, you villain.
Who am I to threaten the great Billy Bones, second mate to Captain James Flint? May he rest in peace.
Flint's dead?
Aye. Won't we all remember his loving kindness whilst among us?
Who's captain now?
Who do you think, Bill?
God Almighty.
It's him what ordered your execution. Pity he won't be with us tonight.
Dog, listen.
No, you listen to me, Billy Bones. You're as good as dead and you know it. If you hand me the map right now, I'll tell him that you cooperated.
All right, I'll do it. Only I got a little wrinkle to suggest. Come here. The wrinkle is this. You tell him nobody threatens Billy Bones, and I can still beat the tar out of every one of them. And then I might consider joining up with me old mates, provided you make me captain of the crew, as I've been deserving since Madagascar. Now you go back and tell him that, you savvy? Come back, you coward!
Don't kill him!
Or spit your gizzard! It's me heart. Finally playing me for the fool.
I'll go fetch Dr. Lindsay.
No need. I gotta get out of here and fast.
What are you doing, sir?
It's the map. I gotta keep it out of their clutches. See. They'll send the blind man with the stick next. Old blind Pew with the black spot. He's pure evil. Some say he's the horny devil himself. What with cloven hooves and then shoes of his, he likes to work in the dead of night, because nobody else can see then neither. Here it is.
Is it a treasure map?
Flint's map. The great Captain Flint. And it's pointing to hundreds of thousands, boy. Hundreds of thousands of gold and silver, and little trinkets made of pearls. Take it.
Me?
You'll be me eyes and legs, boy. You'll do the finding, and we'll split it down the middle.
But I don't think I'm the one to...
Take it.
Sir.
Blind Pew.
Night. I feel the prickle of it on me. Skin as if there's daybreak lying ahead and calling out to me like a nice warm fire. Now with any kind friend and form a poor blind beggar woman, and just what part of this blessed land she be?
You're at the Admiral Benbow Inn, ma'am. Black Hill Cove.
Now ain't that a sweet young voice for me? precious voice belonging to a precious lad. Oh, I was young once too, you know, and had a father and a mother and a voice as sweet as a ribbon of honey, just like your own. And I could climb to the top of puzzle trees and play look out on the beach with my friends, the one I had, or stay at home all snug up in my father's great woolly coat, gazing at the fire and dreaming of the dawning of the world and the creation of man. Now, will you give old blind Pew your hand, me kind young friend, and lead me into this fine old house? Ah, now, lead me to Billy Bones, young fella, or I'll have to break your arm and do this to ya. Ah! Is that you, Bill? Aye, of course it is, because I can hear your heart beating against your chest. Oh, Bill, Bill, Bill. We've missed you on the ship, love. Some terrible eye. Who else did the rocks have to let got to after you left? Don't even think about moving yourself the width of an oak leaf. I may be blind, but I can hear a finger stirring across the stretch of a galleon. Now, put out your left hand. 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 Put it out, I say! Now, lad, take his left hand by the wrist and put it near to me right. Now, open your hand, my dear friend. Open your hand, my dear friend. Open your hand, my dear friend. Open your hand! Oh, she's getting soft, that old hand is. Soft as a belly of a newborn kitten. And now, it's done. And I shall see an honored Billy Bones in that glorious land where the light meets the just and the wicked. I wish I'd made your better acquaintance, young fella, because I've gotten strongly to the smell of your air.
What did she give you, sir? Oh, it's just a piece of paper.
The black spot! Tell me what's written on the other side.
8 o'clock.
What time is it now?
10 till 8.
That's 10 minutes, boy. 10 minutes and this place will be swarming with pirates. Captain Flint's whole crew. They'll tear the place apart and kill everything that stands in their way, including you and me.
But I've done nothing.
They don't care. They want the map, and they'll stop at nothing to get it.
Mother, come down here, quick!
They could be here in seconds.
Mother, I'll be right back.
The dirty swabs. They won't get Billy Bones. They won't knock them off the Sunday. Wait. I see them coming. The whole lot of them bearing down on me. Y'all wearing black, eh? Reminding me of all the black deeds I've done in my life. Is that what you're doing, huh? Throwing the widows in me face, and the crying children and the weeping fathers. I'll do no mourning for the life I led, and I'll do no dying neither. It ain't my care, it ain't my problem, it ain't my responsibility.
He's dead. Come on, Mother. We have to run.
Run?
Yes, Mother. Quickly. Pirates are coming. They'll tear the house apart.
Why?
No time to explain.
We can't just leave him.
We have to, Mother. You have to trust me. Come on.
Jim.
Hurry up! Everybody, let's go! Come on!
He's inside!
It's time to kill him.
Aye, and there's his chest.
Bones! Bones, wake up! been ripped out. Someone's took out the map already.
Who? Who was it? It was that little pup. I'll rip his head off. I'll pull his fingers from his hands. I'll squeeze his neck until the pus runs out of his eyes. Where is he? Oh, what's that?
What?
I had something.
Came from upstairs!
Go! Justice! The boys nearby! I just had them! Scared the men and squeeze the bloody hells! Look under every rock and bush and... Oh! If I had a pair of eyes, I'd find him myself and tear his eyeballs out!
Hurry, Mother.
I can't walk. You go, Jim.
You have to, Mother. They're pirates. They'll kill us.
I can't move.
Yes, you can. Just hold on to my arm. Here, under this table.
Wait, what's that?
It's a signal from Garrett. There's trouble, gentlemen.
Oh, it's the militia! Let's march! Hey, quick! We'll be back to the ship! Budge! You skunk! It's no time to budge! You gotta scan, find that stinking boy! He's got the map!
Quit your squalid pew and shake a leg.
Get out of the way! We've got too many swamps! You should be wasting yourselves for 10 Indiana! Boys, don't leave me. You can't leave a poor, blind beggar woman out here in this black and shivered wasteland. They're coming. Please, help!
Jim Hawkins! Jim!
Dr. Lizzie, Mother, you can come out now.
Jim! Mrs. Hawkins, thank God you're all right.
We're fine.
But there were pirates, sir. Real pirates. They were after Mr. Bones. One of them was named Black Dog. He and Mr. Bones had a fight, and there was another one. Her name was Blind Pew. She tried to kill me.
Well, good riddance then.
All safe inside. Place is a bit of a mess though. All rumsy-derby. Spoon, plate, rugs up. God. If I'd have crossed swords with the beggars, I would have made mincemeat of them. Fighting man myself. Trained as a lad. Sword, pike. Oh, and there is a dead man inside.
Dead?
Mm-hmm. On the floor, like a slab of beef.
Oh, dear.
Ma'am, I wouldn't go in there if I were... Domestic instincts. Admirable. 3 cheers.
Jim, this is Squire Trelawney. Squire, this is Jim Hawkins, the young lad I was telling you about.
How do you do, sir?
Pleasure, lad. Brave boy.
Jim, I wonder what they were looking for. I mean, why tear the place apart after Bones was dead?
I think I know, sir.
It's okay. You can talk in front of the Squire. He's one of my oldest friends.
Well, I think it was this.
A map.
It appears to be an island. But where?
Bearings longitude 17, 40 degrees west, latitude 20 degrees, 40 north.
Look, there's writing at the bottom.
Instructions.
Carrots.
Danger, Skeleton Island.
And look, sir, do you see them? 3 red crosses. And there's writing next to one of them, but I can't quite make it out.
Let's see. Bulk of treasure buried here. Signed J. Flint. Captain. Oh my lord.
Captain Flint?
Have you heard of him, sir?
Heard of him? Bloodthirstiest buccaneer to ever walk a yardarm. Blackbeard, a child to Flint.
But would the treasure amount to much?
About?
That is the question.
Sir, amount? There was a young lad on the sea. There was a young lad on the sea. I'll tell you amount. There isn't a sailor alive who hasn't heard the stories. Pearls the size of ostrich eggs. Blood-red diamonds, so bright you can't stare at them for more than a few minutes without burning your eyes. And green jade from the far dark green east, so bright you can see your reflection in it. And gold, more gold than a pasha has, or a king, or an emperor. I'll tell you a map. With this map in our possession, with this clue, this oyster of information, I will fit out a crew in Bristol dock, assemble a ship entire, hire a captain, all at my own expense. And I'll take you, Livesey, as the ship's doctor, and Hawkins here as cabin boy. And I won't rest until we find that treasure, if I have to search 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. Are you with me, lads?
Will it be dangerous, sir?
Dangerous? Do you think it's a country dance to sail across the sea to Bristol in the jungle, up a hill, and clunk? I think I'll take the pirate treasure. Can I have another glass of lemonade? Of course it's dangerous. Now, yes or no, right now. Are you with me, Doctor?
Yes.
Hawkins?
Aye, aye, sir.
Ah, that's the lad. And he dreamed of his lassie, he dreamed of his home, but mostly he dreamed of the sea. The sea. Hey!
And so our fates were sealed. We were after treasure, and there was no turning back. Dr. Livesey headed to London to find a physician to take his practice, while the squire went to Bristol to find us a treasure ship. He swore he never called it that in public, but Dr. Livesey did say that the one man he feared in this entire enterprise was the squire himself, because he couldn't hold his tongue.
There was a young lad on the sea. The sea! There was a young lad on the sea!
I shared Dr. Livesey's concern. It seemed a lifetime, but it was a bare 4 weeks before the squire wrote saying he had acquired us a ship, a schooner called the Hispaniola.
And a finer, sleeker friend of a sailor you'll never meet in all of England, laddie.
And so I said my goodbyes to my mother and made my way to Bristol by traveling overnight by carriage.
Good morning, mate. Are you looking trim as a gypsy? You are?
Well, thank you very much.
Got any pennies for a poor lost sailor?
I'm afraid not. There's not much.
What about that pass, huh? Looks right full of gold and silver, I have, eh?
No, I'm sorry. There's nothing inside. Hey! Stop him!
Well, well, well. Look what the brine and the bubbling sea has coughed up.
Silver!
Taking a bit of a shortcut, are we, Mr. Blakely? And what's that you're clutching to your chest like the baby Jesus?
You concentrating on your business!
Oh, what should we do with him, lad? Feed him to the sharks. Hand him over to the law and let him stretch his neck.
I'd hate to see him hang, sir.
Right. Sharks it is! Fine. Get out of here. Get out. Just don't let me see your face again, or else the sharks will have a dainty little breakfast. I don't think they'll mind the gristle.
I'll get you for this!
Well, make it quick, because I'm bored with living.
Well, thank you, sir.
Don't mention it, lad. Only, I take more care of that purse for you. Where'd you hear him? He's getting hungry. I should have fed him that squirming devil there. But on second thought, it might have poisoned the poor bird.
Is he a real parrot, sir?
Well, he is and he ain't, you might say. I brought him back from Madagascar, and I reckon he's partly toucan.
Well, I'll bet he's a very good companion, sir.
Oh.
If you're ever lonely.
That he is, lad. Yes, he's a friend indeed. Me and him, we sail like Juno's swans. So what brings you to this dock in Bristol, anyway?
Well,
Run away from home? Want a taste of the sea?
well, not exactly. You see, my mother knows all about it.
Ah.
I'm to set sail with one of these ships in harbor, the Hispaniola. I'm to be a cabin boy. I hope to acquit myself with dignity.
Well, look at you, lad. Good for you, boy. You know what? I think you'll do it, too. Because you're smart as paints you are. I seen that the first time I set eyes on you. You know, I was a cabin boy myself once. It was on a cutter in the Indian Sea. Oh, and I rose like the phoenix from the fire to the lofty title of ship's cook. And from there to midshipman, to quartermaster. Oh, I'm a man of war. I was a devil with a double quadrant. Ha ha, and I made lieutenant too. If it wasn't for me leg. Losing it in the service of the king. Under Admiral Hawke it was. Finest sailor to ever cruise the sea.
Are you sailing with any of these ships here?
Oh, I wished I were, lad. Ha, but nobody wants an old sea cook with a game leg. Well, I best go feed me friend. John Silver.
Jim Hawkins.
Hawkins. I knew a Hawkins once. Far from here, though. London town. You have any relatives?
No, sir. Well, not in London, at least. But my father did go there once.
Different Hawkins, I'll wager. It's been some years ago. His name was Peter.
Wait, my father's name was Peter.
Now, Peter Hawkins, he spoke of a son in Dorset, Black Hills Cove, I think.
Yes, that was him. You knew my father. That was his last trip. He went to London for his health.
That's right. He came to see the Sawbones. Why, Peter Hawkins, we were mates, Jim. Best of friends.
I can't believe it.
Let me look at you. Why, yes, there is a resemblance, a strong one. And he was a good cook, as I remember. Ran a tavern, like.
Yeah.
He's spouting off his Shakespeare, he was. Crammed a fair deal of it down my own throat as well. Oh, amuse, oh fire, which ascends, brightest of heaven of inventions.
A kingdom for a stage, princess to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene.
Wait, I've got something right here. There it is. This was his. He gave it to me before he died.
It's his Shakespeare. It's his. Look, it even has his writing in it.
I have a confession. He told me special to put that in your hands if I ever made it to Dorset. Of course, then we went to sea and, well, anyway, it's yours.
Mine?
I only beg your pardon. Jim, I should have found you before this.
No. I'm just so glad that...
You're a good boy, Jim. Your father would be proud of you.
Why, Jim Hawkins, bless my soul. Right on time, boy. Punctual, top notch.
Good morning, sir.
Is everything all right? Are you?
No, sir. I'm fine. How's the ship? Is she in harbor?
In harbor? Boy, you're practically standing right next to her. Look, there, 2 red flags. The Hispaniola.
She's a pretty thing. Looks as handy as a dolphin and twice as quick.
That she is, sir. Sails like the wind.
Is she catch-rigged?
Right down to the yardarm. Like a lace handkerchief. Carries 200 tons. Do I know you?
John Silver, at your pleasure.
He knew my father. This is Squire Trelawney. It's his ship.
Oh, well, pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. And may I say that you had the finest cabin boy I've ever set eyes on. Smart as paint and good as gold.
He stopped the villain from stealing my purse. You should have seen him. Knocked him down. He was as strong as Hercules.
Oh, don't exaggerate it. He'd have fallen over with a puff of wind.
He might have saved my life. Who knows what that villain would have done?
Now.
Squire, do you think that Mr. Silver could sail with us?
Now stop it, Jim. What would the squire need with an old sea cook with a game leg?
He sailed with Admiral Hawke.
Well, Hawke was the best.
Finest that ever lived, he was. Taught me everything.
And you're a cook?
Cook, midshipman, quartermaster. If it be on the water, I tend to con the why and wherefore.
And you're looking for a berth?
I am, but I'm not one to push myself.
Well, Hawkins here thinks a lot of you. The trouble is, we don't have much of a crew yet. I've hired a captain, a gentleman named Smollett. You heard of him?
No, sir.
Well, the trouble is, he's looking to put a crew together, but says all the sailors in Bristol are currently engaged.
Well, maybe he's asking the wrong people.
Meaning?
Meaning, You gotta shoot high for the prize. You'll be wanting a crackerjack crew to be running a ship like that. The best in Bristol. And I knows them all. I've sailed with them all. From the Swallow, the Caravan, from Marbury to the Ballberry coast. And they'll make themselves available too, for a good voyage. Where are you sailing?
Ah, secrets. Can't tell. But between you and me, there is a treasure.
Treasure?
Magnificent. Enormous. The greatest of this century. And it's Captain Flint's treasure, sir. I assure you.
The pirate.
That's the one. And word is all over. It's not just me. Ask anyone, sir.
Well, sir, if you let me, and I'd need your proxy light so I can make the bargains. But I will get you the finest crew that ever left Bristol Harbor. I stake my life on it.
And you really think you can do it?
As quick as a flash of lightning. Ere a man's half power to say, behold!
The jaws of darkness do devour it up. So quick, bright things come to confusion.
Well,
done.
And here's me hand.
Sir, when do we start?
Well, that all depends on Mr. Silver here.
I'll get your crew in 3 days, and that's a promise.
Well, in that case, we sail at the end of the week. Oh, wait till I tell Livesey. I'll go find him. Mr. Silver, get to work. Lad, great job. Ha-ha!
Well, you brought me luck, and we have your father to thank for it.
We do, don't we?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, we've got to get to work. Now, you've got a feathered friend of mine to take care of. His name, by the way, is Captain Flint, just like the pirate.
Barrels of water, come through!
Go faster than main chief, for the love of God!
And fight the orders!
As promised, Silver had us a crew by the end of the week. The only delays now were occasioned by the squire and Mr. Smollett, the captain he had hired some weeks earlier. They were oil and water and argued about everything.
And the problem this time, sir?
Oh, there is no this time about it, sir. It's the same problem I broached before, which is, I don't like this cruise and I don't like the men.
Well, perhaps you don't like the ship, sir.
Oh, she seems a clever craft, but I haven't sailed her yet, have I? You say you don't like the cruise, sir. Why is that? Oh, I was engaged on what you call sealed orders to sail this ship for that gentleman when and where he should bid me. But now I find that every man before the mast knows more than I do.
Such as?
Such as that we're searching for treasure. And as for the men, I should have had the choosing of them. I'm the captain.
You had your choosing. You couldn't find them.
Well, you can't find a good crew overnight.
Well, Silver did now, didn't he?
In my opinion, no, he did not.
Gentlemen, please. Captain, what is it that you wish at this juncture?
First point, the crew is currently loading the powder and arms into the forehold when there is a good place below our cabins where we can keep an eye on them. Second point, Squire, you have 2 men plus the boy Hawkins. They both should be right here next to our cabins so all of our allies are together.
In other words, you fear a mutiny.
I did not say that. I just ask that you take certain precautions or let me resign.
Fine. Fine. Move the powder and the men. But know this, I am extremely irked. Good day, sir.
Good day, sir.
And so, the time had finally come to set sail. That Sunday morning, the squire, Livesey, Silver, and I all went to the church, where we asked for an extra special blessing for our voyage, for safety, good health, and for blessed peace. That night came the final bustle as everything was loaded into its place. And then, that morning, just before dawn, the boatswain sounded his pipe. And just as the sky was turning red with the first beams of morning, we headed out for open sea as the Hispaniola began her voyage to the Isle of Treasure.
Ship alive, fore and aft! Order from the crow's nest! Lead ahead and hold her steady!
Why, Jim, how are you on this bright and glorious morning?
Well, thank you.
Well, have yourself a seat. Have the old yarn with John. No one's more welcome than you. Great feast. It's a merry feast.
Can I help?
Why, you sure may. I reckon you know how to peel a potato.
I think so.
Well, wait a minute. Here, try to take just the skin, like this. There, it's much better.
I'm sorry you're stuck doing work like this. I'm sure on other ships you had assistants and scullions and things.
Sorry for peeling a potato. Never be sorry for doing an honest day's work. No matter what the task. Just think of all the good that we're doing right this minute. First off, why, we're giving our fingers and arms a bit of exercise, making them strong as steel. All the better to do our other jobs in life when the time comes along. Second, why, we are making a thing of beauty here. Just like the good Lord on the day of creation when he created the likes of you and me. Why, look at it. Ready to jump into a vat of boiling water out of sheer vanity. Ha! I've seen gals on tobacco paper that ain't as pretty as that. Yes, but of course, I never put me lips on them the way I does a potato. That may change me viewpoint. Third, why, we get to our mouths are watering just by smelling this here perfume. Knowing that we're gonna do the good Lord's work and clean our plates. Just like our mothers taught us. God bless their souls. Fourth, we're making the crew that eats these potatoes good and strong. All the better to get us home with, safe and sound. And fifth, why, we're drawing a little bit of blood every now and again from our fingers, so that we never have to play the piano. And six, we're staying out of trouble. And seven, why, we're stealing a little bit of time to enjoy each other's company. Now, there ain't nothing better than that in the 7 seas, now is there? Now you tell me, what's better than peeling a potato?
Silver, you want him below decks by the captain.
What's he looking for?
Not a clue, but I think it's all right.
All right, but I'll be right back. Now don't you get do all these potatoes while I'm gone.
Have you known Mr. Silver for very long?
What, barbecue? Long ain't the word. We've been from the Suriname to the Spanish Main together. I knows him like the back of me hand. He's as brave as a lion. I saw him lose that leg, shot by a cannon off the coast of Tripoli. Mangled it were, and they amputates it right there on deck. And he don't utter a sound. Puh, now look at him, peeling potatoes.
Well, he seems happy with the voyage.
Well, of course he's happy. He's looking forward to getting the...
The what?
Nothing, getting to the island, that's all. Now, you know I always liked you, just the way old John does. I think he likes him, mate. Israel Lands and Jim...
Hawkins.
Hawkins, right. Now give it to me straight, all right? Is it you that's got the map?
The map?
The map of the island, what shows the treasure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. Does he keep it on you? In your jacket?
I don't know what you mean.
I ain't had much of me life. I ain't had no schooling neither. But I can memorize a map in seconds, which might do us a power of good.
Please.
I just want to lay my eyes on it.
Stop.
I just want it between my fingertips so I can start to dreaming and making plans.
Stop it.
Give me that map, boy.
Get away.
Mr. Hands!
Captain Smollett.
Have we got a problem?
No, sir.
Glad to hear it. Now off to your duties. You too, Hawkins.
Yes, sir.
And stay out of trouble.
I'll try, sir. The next morning, I tried to tell Silver about what happened with Mr. Hands, but he said I must have misunderstood. I knew he was wrong, but little did I suspect that my encounter with Mr. Hands was just the beginning of a much greater nightmare that would come to a treacherous and bloody end. It all started with a barrel of apples, which stood broached in the middle of the ship. We were on the 3rd week of our voyage, and I came to realize that I should like an apple before turning in. But when I found scarce any apples left, what with the darkness and the rocking and swaying of the ship, I found myself either asleep or about to be when a noise jostled me to my senses.
I said we do it now, John, when they ain't suspected.
Israel.
We could kill him in a minute, but I want that captain for myself. I'm gonna wring his little calf's head off his body.
You can ring it all you like, but we're not ready yet.
And I says, why not?
Because, you jelly deal, we ain't got the map.
Well, we believe it's on the board.
Well, what if Smollett has it? Or the doctor? Or they've hidden away someplace. Then how are we gonna find the island?
I say we grabs the boy who threatens to kill him for the map. Or we massacre them all and fight it for ourselves. We have the muskets put away.
Yeah, I like that, man.
And I say, who's running this operation, huh? Yeah.
I say that's a mighty fine question. Maybe you've gotten too soft with that one lady of yours. Maybe you're not the man you once were, and somebody named George Merrick should be in charge.
John, assuming we wait till the gold's on board, what will we do with the lubbers?
Now, you're thinking. That was a business inquiry, it was. And we got 2 choices. First, we can leave them on the island marooned like. That's the way Blackbeard would have done. Or we cut them down like much pork. That's the way Flint would do it.
Well, I says we kill him.
Hey, psst. There's a Tom coming.
Is he with us? Did you ask him?
Tom, over here. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
We's having a meeting.
Yeah, about you know what? That's what I thought.
We're talking about money. Aren't we, boys?
Right we are.
Something that might interest you, I don't know. Now, being gentlemen of fortune, like ourselves, we make money. And lots of it. We live rough and we risk swinging. But at the end of the voyage, it's hundreds of pounds of line in our pockets. And then we eat like potentates. And we drink like the laughing gods. We live in mansions like the Duke of Buckingham. And we have adventures like the 3 Musketeers. And women? Women, they fawn over us in their skimpy little costumes of popping grapes in our mouths and figs dipped in buttered rum and sugar. And back home I've got me a barber who shaves me every day and clips me hair. And a cook who makes me partridges and berry sauce. And a tailor for me dice. And a man who tells me tales of the Arabian Nights and lulls me to sleep on me satin pillow. Now you're young, and you ain't got much experience. But you're smart as paint, you are. I noticed that the first time I saw you. So, I'm talking to you like a man, and I'm waiting for a man's answer. Are you with us? Yes or no? Now, remember, we haven't even decided to raise an eyebrow. This may just be a comfy little trip back home until we're asleep in our beds.
Right. Well, I was just thinking, I like it with the squire and the doctor, so I'm not sure I meant to be a...
Gentleman of fortune.
Right, yes. So, no.
I understand. And I can respect that.
What?
As can we all.
Right. Of course, Tommy.
So, I'll wish you a good night and Godspeed.
Thank you.
Watch it!
He's dead!
Oh, his back's broken.
Well, throw him overboard. We'll say he fell over on accident.
Wait, look.
What's that? There it is in the moonlight! The island! Call the captain! Come on!
No! Let the lookouts on the crow's nest call it in. You need to double time it back to your bunks. They see us up here like a bunch of clams. They'll grow suspicious. Go on. Hurry up, guys.
And ho!
As you can imagine, I felt the keenness of this serpent's betrayal to the deepest soundings of my immortal soul. Then I heard footsteps above me as sailors tumbled out of the forecastle and their cabins. And slipping instantly out of my barrel, I dove behind the foresail, then made my way to the stern, where I gathered my allies in the captain's cabin, and I told them everything.
I knew it!
The scoundrels!
The remarkable thing is that Silver has kept it so quiet.
He'd look remarkably well hanging from a yardarm.
I trusted him. He knew my...
The question now is, what do we do?
I tells you, boys, it's now or never. We've gained the island, and it's time to strike.
But Silver said that...
Ah, who cares what Silver says? Use your nut. We have the advantage because they don't expect us.
Yeah, but what about the map?
I say we grabs the boy and threatens to kill him.
And what if they say goes ahead?
That's not going to happen. They're not selfish, ruthless killers. They're not like us. Now get the weapons!
I say we load the muskets and bow them down.
And I say we bide our time for now.
But why?
Because they outnumber us 3-1 at least.
Damn the villains. I'll take 3 or 4 of them with me.
Captain, do you have a plan?
I do. The map shows a stockaded blockhouse just south of the North Inlet. If we could make it there, we'd stand a better chance.
What's that?
Gunshots! With low busters!
What's happening? You bone-eared kites, you lobster heads. I told you to stand back and hold your water. Now look what you've done.
That could have killed me!
Please, sir, I have an idea. I'll distract them while you make your way to the longboats.
What?
I got you into this mess, and I'm gonna get you out of it.
But how?
They say map they want, and that'll distract them. Then you get away, and I'll meet you at the stockade.
Don't be absurd! We go together! Jim! Stop! Stop!
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Jim, lad! Listen, let's talk. I've got a bargain to propose.
Talk all you want, but this pistol is loaded, and I know how to use it.
Jim, lad.
Don't Jim lad me. And if I ever thought of you and my father in the same instant, I can only hope he doesn't know the dishonor that I brought to his name.
Now, your father was a good man.
Shut up! Now, it's the map you want, and I've got it right here.
Get on, let's go! Get it, punk! Hey, go!
Stop right there, or I'll drop the map and you'll never see it again. Go ahead and shoot me. but I'll just go down, and the map will go down with me. And then where will you be?
Well, lad, listen. What do you want in exchange for the map?
Jim! Jim!
Did you make it?
We have! We're in the water! We're shoving off!
Then I have what I want. And all of you can go to hell, along with Captain Flint and all the other pirates who have perished in this damnable trade.
Well done, lad. Good job.
This boy! I just saw him! There's animal!
Be quiet. Stop your shooting. He's got you shooting at each other. He's gonna massacre you without lifting a finger.
Well, we believe we saw him go this way.
Well, you think you saw him over there. You think you saw him over here. You think you saw him everywhere. This island's a devil. And he'll swallow you up. And the boy is smarter than all of y'all put together in a thin broth.
There he goes! Let's get him! Move on it! Hurry up!
We have the woods. We have the woods. Except, we're still in the woods. Know what I mean?
Who are you?
Big Gun, says I. Poor Big Gun. And I ain't spoke to a Christian in these 3 long years. Was it 4, says I? Can't tell. Mighty hard, mighty hard.
Were you shipwrecked?
Shipwrecked? Nay, not I. I was marooned.
Marooned?
Rehearsal, abandoned by a crew of pirates. And I lives all these years on goats and bears and oysters. And I tells you a secret. I was plenty sick of goats and bears and oysters. Have an oyster?
No, thank you.
What I really want is a piece of cheese. Has it got any on ya?
No, I'm sorry.
Well, that's my favorite, you see. Cheese, cheese, a little roasted, toasted, cheesy. Just like me mother used to make when I was all tucked up in me little bed at home. Oh, she was a good soul, me mother. And she loved me, she did. And look at me now, says I. I've been a disappointment, ain't I? That I have. All I want is a piece of cheese.
Well, I'm sorry for your hardship, sir, but there's plenty of food on the ship. That one, right over there.
And you'd give me some?
Well, sure I would, if I ever got back to it.
Cheese, cheese, cheese. I was rich. I was rich. Oh, you're magnificent. Good lad. I know lad, says I. A mighty good lad. Say, what's your name?
Jim Hawkins.
Jim Hawkins? Glad to make your acquaintance, lad. And I'll tell you this. You bless your lucky stars that it was you who found me first and was kind to me. Shall I tell you why? Cause I was rich, lad. Rich as the kings and queens of Europe ever dreamed of being. Amen and God be with you. And I built myself a little boat, a magnificent little boat, fit for a king. And I keeps it hidden under white rock. Richly riches on a billy goat's hill, drag it to the ground if you don't stand still. Wait, that ain't Flint's ship out there now, is it?
No, Flint's dead. Or so I've heard. But some of Flint's hands were on board, and they mutinied to get a treasure map. Now I and the others, still loyal to the captain, are on the run.
Ah! You're in a club hitch now, ain't you? Well, just put your trust in Big Gun. Oh, Big Gun's the man to save you, says I. Now, tell me this, Jim. Do you think your captain, dear, would help a poor Maroon if that Maroon goes and helps the captain?
I would think it likely.
To the tune of a passage home?
Of course he would, I can promise you.
Eyes as good as free will make for the sea away from the tree for a little fee on me mother's knee. Now I'll tell you this and I'll tell you no more. I were on Flint's ship when that treasure was buried. You see, Flint orders his first mate, Long John Silver, to do it, to take 6 of us with him to do the work. And he tells Silver, now, kill him afterwards, leaving no witnesses who can point the way. And Silver says, aye, aye, sir, aye, aye. Says he, I'll kill him.
But why would Silver want the map if he's the one who buried the treasure?
'Cause it's a jungle out there, you silly goose, with all vines and trees and holes and cabins, and it all looks alike to every living soul in the world, except a Ben Gun. Oh, except a Ben. What's all I want's a piece of cheese. That's all. That's all I want. All I want.
I'm sorry.
Just look at you, spitting image of your darling father.
My father?
Peter Hawkins. Now don't go tell him, old Big Gun, he ain't your father. He used to talk about you night and day, like you was the greatest living soul ever made by God.
But my father never went to sea. He died in London.
I suppose he would have. If Lord John Silver hadn't pressed him into service. You see, Flint was about to sail, and he needed a cook, 'cause Silver was now old Flint's first mate. And Silver had made friends with your father in London town. And Silver says, come along, and your father says, no, I ain't a-going, not me. And Silver then grabs him up like and hits him on the head. And your father wakes up staring at the Orion's belt in the night sky or above his ship.
But we got a letter saying that he had died in London.
That'd be from Silver, I'll wager. He was a job hand at tying up the package tonight. Only, I'm sad to say, Jim, your father was one of the 6 of us told to bury the treasure.
So then he died?
What's that? They're coming! Go hide!
Wait, finish telling me what happened first.
Jim, is that you?
Captain Smollett?
Oh, thank God. We were worried sick.
Where are the others?
They're down at the stockade. I was trying to grab supplies from the ship when Captain Silver's men spotted me.
Where did Ben Gunn go?
Who?
Ben Gunn, a man from the jungle.
Not now, Jim. We don't have time.
I have to talk to him. He had news of my father.
You still have the map?
Yes, sir. It's right here, but I must talk to Ben.
Not now. Come on.
Just go!
Don't let him get to the stockade!
After him this way! Come on!
I raced through the jungle to find Ben Gunn, but the more that I ran, the more lost I became. I searched for hours, desperate to find out what happened to my father. But before I knew it, night was upon me, and I had become lost in the darkness of the tangled wood. The next morning, I was awoken to a gunshot, where I found myself on a bluff a mere 100 yards away from the stockade, And although I was blocked by the cover of the trees, I could see and hear everything that was transpiring below.
Flag of truce! Flag of truce! Captain Silver, want to talk terms?
Captain Silva? Never heard of him. You give yourself a promotion so easily.
Not I, sir, but my poor crew here. They chose me as captain after your desertion.
Desertion?
Well, you left the ship, did you not? And then what do you want poor boys to do? They crave a leader. It's in their constitution. And you wouldn't want them to go against will, would you? That'd be just cruelty. So can we have a parley?
Come on. My men will hold their fire. You have my word.
And you're good for me, and one gentleman to another. So, can we go inside where I can get off this excuse for a leg?
You can stay out here. Had you fancied yourself an honest man, you could be sitting in your own galley right now. You're either my ship's cook and treated handsomely, or Captain Silva, a common mutineer and pirate. Now state your terms.
Our terms is, we want the treasure, and we'll get it. You might as well save your own necks, I reckon. So I think we have something to bargain.
Go on.
I believe you have in your possession a certain map that shows this island and where the treasure is buried.
That's as may be.
Well, that'd be my property and I'd like it back.
I thought it was Captain Flint's man.
Well, I'm captain now, so it makes it mine by law.
What law is that?
Well, the law of right and wrong. Or have you not heard of that one? Lord have mercy. Got to be careful associating with the likes of you. It might corrupt me morals. Now listen, Captain, I never meant you no harm. I'm a peaceful man at heart. A Quaker by nature. And I only desire the pipe and time of peace, as the poet would say.
Well, I know what you crave and what you meant to do, but right now, I don't care, because you can't do it.
Well, that may be so well, too. But here's my terms. You give us the map, and I'll give you the choice. You can come aboard the ship once the treasure is loaded, and I'll give you me word of honor that I'll clap you somewhere safe and sound. If that isn't to your fancy, why, you can stay here and we'll split the stores. And I give you me affidavit that the first ship I come across, I'll send back to pick you up. Now, better than that, you can't be looking for.
Is that all?
Every word. If you refuse it, it's the last you've seen of me, except for the musket balls.
Well, I've heard your terms. Now here's mine. You all come up one by one, unarmed, no tricks, and I'll engage to clap you all in irons and take you off to a fair trial in England. If you refuse, why, in the name of heaven, I will put a bullet in your back the next time we meet.
We'll see who takes the bullet, Captain. Jim, now you're in there. If you join up with us, all will be forgiven. You're too smart to choose the losing side, so I'll be waiting for you at camp.
Get out, now.
With the greatest of pleasure. And I'd arm yourself as soon as you can, because with a nod of a tooth, I'll be back. And of the ones that die will be the lucky ones.
And so, I raced across the shore. I remember hearing Ben Gunn say that he had made a boat, a coracle fastened together, fit for a king, and hidden under a white rock. And then I found it, a small boat, fit together by an unskilled hand, yet with every sign of being seaworthy. I remember Mr. Smollett saying that if somebody could cut the anchor from her ship, then that we would be saved because it would drift to the North Inlet, and that was now my mission.
Sixes. Eights. I'm sick of waiting things out on this stinking ship. Let me see them pasteboards. Deal. Two. Three.
Cool.
8.
9s.
Hold it! I says you're cheating. Cheating.
Well, of course I ain't cheating. This is relaxation. I'm a pirate. I cheat for a living.
Roll up your sleeve.
No.
Roll up your sleeve, I say. I says you're cheating, and I want to look.
And I says use is a poxy bad loser and you're seeing nothing.
Give me that arm.
No!
Give me.
Let go!
You're a cheat.
Then you're a liar! Ah!
Oh, Mr. Hans. What happened here? O'Brien is dead.
I know. I killed him.
Why?
He was too good at cards.
Are you much hurt?
If that doctor was aboard, I'd be right enough. But I has no luck. That's what's the matter with me. It's the story of me life. God's blood, you sliced some bleeding oars, didn't you?
And what if I did?
You break this level, we'll drift out to sea.
I doubt that highly. Captain Smollett says we'll drift to the North Inlet.
Maybe yes, maybe no. But you get there faster if you sail her yourself, now won't you? And I've got a proposition.
I'm listening.
You fetch me something to eat and make it quick. I'll teach you how to sail her yourself like a man.
To the North Inlet?
What do I care where she puts her? I ain't had much of a choice now, do I? Do we have a bargain?
Yes. Here, take this for your wound.
Good. Now you want to go up to the wheel and release the lock. It's done. Give her a hard turn to starboard. You see them topsails filling up? Like the belly of a woman ready to bust out with a whelp? That's what you want. You want to leave it like that for a while now. And I wants me grub.
There's some food right over there.
I can't exactly reach it now, can I? And that brandy's too strong. I want some wine. And some beef and biscuits, too. You'll have to go below deck. That is our bargain.
I'll get what I can find quickly and nothing more. I'll be right back. I found some cheese. Here, this is for you.
You likes cheese, do you?
It would seem that way, wouldn't it? But things aren't always as they seem now, are they?
You want to get back to the tiller now, and hold fast. And you see them stays? You want to release them pretty quick in a minute.
What for?
Because if you don't, the sails won't shift. I'd have done it myself. But I can't take no walks on this blasted wound of mine now, can I? It's keeping me from moving at all. Away from the sea, you I's coming after you, boy! You'll never make it!
Knowing that I had just killed a man, I began to feel faint. The thought of it sickened me. And yet I knew, somehow, protecting myself and a man's world had changed something inside of me. It was like crossing from a field of flowers to a much darker stand of trees that were tall and uneven. Just then, the ship ran aground, and I waded my way back to shore, and then made my way to the stockade, where my friends would be waiting. Hello?
Well, Jim, you paid us a visit. I find that is a friendly I do.
Right friendly it is. Quite neighborly.
By the looks on your face, we ain't the flesh and blood that you expected to see here this evening.
No, you're not. Where are my friends?
Now that's a good question, and it deserves an answer. Now, you know, I've always liked you, Jim, as a lad of spirit, and a picture of my own self when I was young and innocent. What we have changed was innocence for innocence, for we knew not of ill doctrine, nor dreamed of anyone who
Where are my friends?
Okay. Well, they came to us last evening under a flag of truce.
Captain Silver,
Said the doctor.
your men are getting sick from the climate, you're sold out, and your ship is gone.
Gone, says I. Well, I went and looked, and by thunder, there was no ship to be seen. The sea was just flat, not a wrinkle in it. So, we made a bargain. Their freedom for all this here luxury. Now, pains to tell you this, boy, but they were pretty disappointed with your desertion. They found it as, cowardly.
Cowardly?
Yes, I'm afraid so. And, I must confess, I thought it was too.
You thought so?
Yeah.
You, the man who kidnapped my father, the man who brought him to sea against his will, the man who put him to death because he was too scared to stand up for Captain Flint. Well, here's for you, cowardly, and there, and there.
Jim, I don't imagine, dream of the things that we would have done if you had been my son. But listen, you've got a choice to make. Either join us, take your share as a gentleman of fortune, or turn around and say no and walk right out that door, free as a bird. It's up to you.
Well, I know what kind of choices you offer. I saw what happened to Tom Morgan when he said no.
How do you know that? Who told him? It's you.
So, let worse come to worse. It's little I care. But before I die, I want to say one thing. You're in a bad way. Your ship is lost. Your treasure is lost. Men lost. Your whole business has gone to wreck. And I know who did it too. It was I. I was in that barrel of apples and told the captain about your plans. I cut the ship from her anchor and killed Mr. Hands when he tried to save it for you. And I know where the treasure is, and you'll never find it. Not in 1,000 years.
I'll kill you for that, you little whelp. Now, I've asked George Mary. I'll show you who's captain of this ship. Go ahead, make your move. And I'll see the color of your insides before you take your next breath. Now listen, this here boy is worth more than all the jackals put together. Touch a hair on his head, and you'll have to deal with me. Understood?
This crew's all right to talk now, don't it?
Yeah. We don't gully bully the Merlin Spike, and we aim to talk about it.
Well, talk is free. I deny nothing. And liberty is generous. Now listen to me, lad. You're half a plank from death, and what's worse, torture. Now they're probably gonna throw me off, that's for certain, but Listen, I've got your back and you've got mine, and I've got one more string to me bow, but if it ain't it, why, then we'll go at it back to back. And if it goes down hard, we'll go down together.
You think I would stand with any man who killed my father?
Now don't start that again. Me cheek can't take it.
You murderer!
Jim.
You scum!
Jim!
You lying, filthy!
I saved your father's life! Now yes, they ordered me to kill your father. And yes, I took him into the blasted jungle. But from there, I let him free. Him and some dog named Ben Gunn. And I killed the other 4, or I'll say they killed me. And I went back and I told Flint I killed all 6, which was taking a poxy of a chance with me life. I'll tell you that. But I couldn't kill your father. We were mates. Jim, we were friends. You know I'm telling you the truth. You can see it in the eyes.
So then, do you think my father might still be alive?
He's not, Jim. Before we sailed, he made a break for the ship, and why, Flint cut him down. And I paid well for that one, I'll tell you. But listen, it had been either here or London, and he died like a man.
No!
Okay, now listen. The crows are coming. It's now or never. Are you with me, Jim?
Yes. And I think you better have this.
Are you certain, Max?
I am.
Well, here, put your arm.
Captain, I've got something for you.
Oh, man. Me old mate. Go on forward. I'm not going to eat you. Hand it over. The black spot. I expected that. But what's this? Did you scissor this out of a Bible? There's revelations on the back. And the Lord saith unto me, I can't bear these evil men. Well, that's rather apt, now isn't it?
That's not the point.
No, it isn't. But I still wouldn't want to be the fool that cut up a Bible. Was that you, Ezekiel?
We needed the paper. There's nothing wrong with that. Is there, John?
Honestly, you're as good as dead.
That's a lie.
You told me to do it, George Mary. It was you.
That's not the point. He's just trying to scare you. But the point is, you got the spot, John. So read what it says, the part and circle.
Deposed. D-E-P-P-O-S-S-E-D. Is this your hand, George? You're doing a fine job of leading this crew, aren't you? Okay, by the rules, I have to hear your grievances, so let's out with it.
I'll speak for the crew.
Now that's a big surprise.
All right, first, you made a hash of this here cruise, and you be a bold man to say no to that. Second, you let the enemy right out of this here trap for nothing. Third, this here boy. He's the devil, and you've been protecting him like his old mother, and I say we kill him and get it done with.
That's right. I like that one.
And number four, we ain't got no treasure, and we ain't got the bloomin' map.
We want the map. We want that map.
All right, point one. There'd been no cruise if it weren't for me. And if you had listened to me, right now, the ship would be full of treasure, and we'd be sailing home as easy as butter. Number two, we needed this here storehouse, for we'd be starving to death right now. And number three, the boy is worth his weight in gold, if ever we need to bargain. Hey, are you dense? And number four, there's your map. Now, if you can't test old John now, why, elect yourself another leader.
Oh, it is the map, and there's Spyglass Hill. Where's it gonna be?
The two crosses. And what about this ship?
Yeah.
Even if we track the treasure, how are we gonna get out of here?
Well, we find the ship, you codfish. If he's cut the rope, then it's drifted back in somewhere on shore. We cover all the coastline, and we'll find the ship. I stake me life on it.
Well, 3 cheers for Captain Silver! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Woo! I want to see the map. Let me see the map.
No one closed an eye that night. Heaven knows I had matter enough for thought. My perilous position, the dangerous game that I saw Silver now embarked upon, the man that I had slain. But most of all, I thought of my father, and I wept for him.
It's a swamp, you ninny.
Let's see. 3 trees in a row, spyglass shoulder, bearing 1 point north by north-northeast.
There, 3 trees in a row. That's not them. They're gonna be large trees, ya idiot.
Let's see. North by north-northeast.
For the love of Abraham! Can't you read a map, you numbskulls? If we get anywhere close, I'll recognize it.
Well, I'm getting real tired of numbskulls and dolts. You think he was the king of Siam or something? I just wish that he would fall into a hole and kill himself with a stake through his
Maybe that's a contingency that can be arranged.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is, once we find the treasure, Death and Jack can take his arms from the back, Bonnie his leg, and Hazard his head, and I'll slice his throat neat as pie. Are you with me, boys?
Aye! He deserves it, if nothing else, for dragging us across this horrible island. It's like one big swamp. When I get back to civilization.
What happened?
Look! Oh, it's unnatural. It's grotesque-like. What sort of way is that for boats to lie?
Get the compass. See where he's pointing.
Let's see. North by north-northeast?
Yep, he's a marker pointing the direction towards the treasure.
Well, oh.
It's Flint's idea of a joke.
The savage. Oh. Thank God he's dead. Aye to that. Here.
Aye.
Yeah. Well, we're sure he's absolutely dead, right?
Well, we seen him take a cutlass through the back.
Yeah, I saw it with these here deadlights. Yeah, but if a spirit to ever walk, it would be Flint's. Oh, he died so bad. And he only knew one song his whole life. 15 men on a dead man's chest. Yeah, in a bottle of rum.
Drink to the devil have done, Federers! Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum!
Wait, where's Jack? Calico Jack, our sheepy?
He was just here with me.
Yeah, well, he ain't now. Jack, where are ya? Jack!
Dear Lord!
He's dead. Who are you? Where are you? Well, I'll tell you what. He's not gonna be joking around with. I'm done with that. I'll find you. I'll find you. And when I get you, I'm gonna.
He's dead!
The Lord's my shepherd. He leadeth me through great pastures. He held my hand. He got my soul.
I got an idea. Come here, boy. Hey! Nobody move. I mean it.
George Mary,
get back, Silver, or he's dead. All right, who's ever out there, Ramsey, Trelawney, Smollett, get out here, I'll cut his throat. Now, or I'll count to 3.
Ah!
Shut up! 1!
No, Ben, stop it! You protect me to this darn island! Ben, he saved my life! Stop!
You almost killed me!
You condemned me to this land of oysters and goats!
If you remember, and I spared your life.
I told you not to listen to Flint!
The good and the bad, then. The good and the bad. Sometimes it's hard to keep them separated.
Jim!
Lucy, Playhouse, Molly.
Hello, Jim. You look well enough.
Yes, fine. Ben, this is for you. Jeez! Guys, have you met Ben Gunn yet?
Met him? Why, Ben and I are old friends now, aren't we? We spot him in the jungle. We howdy-do, he howdy-do back. We offer him safe passage home and he takes us straight to the treasure.
The treasure?
Oh, you should see it, Jim. It's quite remarkable.
I don't know.
Remarkable.
You see, 4 years ago, and I hides it in my little cave.
Remarkable. That is a word, sir. This is triumph unleashed. Olympus acquired. Nay, a far greater parallel than I have ever seen or dreamed of. Filled with rows and rows of gold and jewels and trinkets and diamonds and emeralds. Ha ha! There was a young lad on the sea, There was a young lad on the sea. And he dreamed of his lassie, he dreamed of his home, but mostly he dreamed of the sea. The sea.
It took us nearly 4 days to load the treasure onto that ship. There was more riches than I had seen in my entire life. Nor, I'm sure, had the kings and queens of England, as Ben Gunn liked to call them. Then, on the 5th day, we left and made our way to the southern side, where we saw 2 pirates on a spit of sand, their hands raised in supplication. It crossed all our hearts, I think, to rescue them. But to bring them back to England just so that they can meet the hangman seemed a cruel sort of kindness. Meanwhile, Silver was just as jolly as the day that I first met him. He didn't seem to have a care in the world for the hangman that he would certainly face when we had made our way back to England. Captain Smollett clapped irons on him and made a makeshift sort of prison out of his own cabin. And this is where I visited him on the day that we spotted land.
Well, see there, Jim. Isn't that pleasant of you to come and pay me a visit? Well, why don't you sit down and have an old talk with old John? I guess you're happy about going back home.
I am. I hope you're not too terribly uncomfortable. I beg Captain Smollett not to leave you like this.
Oh, not at all, not at all. It's good for a man to have a little solitude every now and again. Helps him think about his future, dwell on his sins and his virtues. So to have a seat and kick up your feet. Tell me about the news outside of my room. Why, by God's sakes, sit on the ground and tell sad stories of deaths of kings and the hollow crown that circled the temple where death makes its court.
And there the antic sits, scoffing his state and grinning at his pomp.
This flesh that circles our life is brass impregnable. Oh, excellent, Jim. Excellent. Good job.
How? How can you be so happy when you could face the gallows?
I could. But, then again, maybe I'll just get a pat on the head and let free for good behavior. You never can tell without these things. That's what makes it so much fun, Jim. Part of life's rich tapestries. Now, come on, boy. Always, don't be looking back. Always look forward. It slows you down.
I brought you a present.
Oh! Let's see. I love presents. Did you know that my birthday is my favorite national holiday? No.
I'm afraid so.
What? Jim, you scoundrel. Why? But you could get in a lot of trouble for this. They could put you in jail, honest.
They could, but I suppose that would just be part of my rich tapestry. Now, we have about 10 minutes till we hit the dock. That should give you enough time to slip over the railing.
I don't suppose it could be possible that I could get a little bit of that bounty that's going to waste in the hold nearby. It's not for my own self now. It's, mind you, it's for your own help. So that a young lad as yourself with so much capital, the burden that it brings, you know. Oh, Jim, what a son you would have made.
Coming into port!
All hands on deck!
Listen, I better be going. Now, you take good care, okay?
Oh, sir, don't forget Captain Flint.
He's for you, Jim, to remember me by.
That was the last I ever saw of the man with one leg who Billy Bones warned me about. And still I find myself dreaming about him, this time on the prow of a deck. And I'm looking into the horizon, smiling at what the future might hold. And then I know that my adventure on Treasure Island did not end that day on the Hispaniola, and that it would never end for as long as I live.